Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to talk about the new LR banners that are going to be dropping pretty soon here. And in this video we're going to talk about if you should summon on these banners or not. So I've got a few things for us to look at here just to help you guys with your judgment and what you want to do on these. Keep in mind too, just remember these videos are just recommendations, and these recommendations are based on the standpoint that you are a low to play or free to play player and you want to best allocate your stones. Obviously, if you're a whale, you can throw everything out the window. You summon on whatever you want. And then keep in mind, this isn't me telling you if you can or can't summon on it. This is just me giving you suggestions, and then you make your own decision based on that information, right? So first, let's take a look at the units and see if they're good. So we've got an STR LR Kaioken Goku, and we have a Tech LR Vegeta, a grade 8 Vegeta actually. So these are Saiyan Saga characters. So the Goku, the big thing I'll say about him, we'll go through his passive really quick. The big thing is the leader skills are not going to be good because they're 150 leader skills. So you don't want to summon them for their leader skills, but you may decide you want to summon them for their passives. So Goku, he raises attack and defense for one turn, does mega colossal damage. And as Ultra, he massively raises attack and defense for one turn, does Mega Colossal, and sacrifices 4% HP. The 4% HP isn't really a big deal, but he is one of these LRs now that does Mega Colossal on both the 18 and 12 key. So basically, these guys are counterpart units where they both have an entrance animation if you're facing the other one. So if Goku is facing against a Vegeta, it'll play his entrance animation, and then he gets Key 3 and Attack 70 for the rest of the battle. He gets Attack and Defense 100, Key plus 7 for 7 turns, plus an additional attack and defense 59% when performing a super, plus an additional 59% if it is an ultra super. And then he randomly changes key spheres to STR, and he has a high chance to crit. So having the built-in crit chance and then having these two separate procs of the attack up means that his attack stats are going to be crazy. I'm pretty sure on JP, this dude can dish out like 12 to 15 mil attack stats like for free turn 1. So this dude hits really, 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 really hard. Especially if you're going up against the Vegeta. Now the problem is Vegeta enemies aren't the most common enemies in the game. But even without that, once again, that's key 3 and 70% he'd be losing, but it's not like the end of the world for him if you're not facing a Vegeta, but he does a lot better against Vegeta. So like the legendary Vegeta event, like he's hitting really hard in there, although he's gonna have type disadvantage at the end, so you have to be careful for that, right? So let's take a look at the grade 8 Vegeta here. So once again, a 150 lead, nothing really to write home about. He does infinitely, or not infinitely, sorry, he attack stacks for one turn, and he does just normal colossal damage. And then his ultra super is mega colossal to all enemies, so he is an AoE unit, okay? And then his passive, if there's a Goku on the field, then he's going to get key 3 and attack 60 for the rest of the battle. So Vegeta's is a lot easier to activate. There are way more Gokus in the game than there are Vegetas, so Vegeta's kind of winning on that aspect of it. He gets key plus 3 in attack and defense 100, plus an additional attack and defense 60 while performing a super, plus an additional defense plus 60 if it is an ultra super. So this Vegeta actually gets more defense on ultra super, where the Goku gets more attack. So the Vegeta is built to be more of a defensive unit, and the Goku's meant to be more of an offensive unit. He guards all attacks, which is pretty good, like just having guard. Like that's like ridiculous. And then he gets an additional key 3 and attack plus 30 within the same turn when guard is activated. So this guy's going to guarantee guard. He's going to get hit. He's going to get 3 key and then another 30% attack. So I like the build of this Vegeta, right? He's definitely a good unit. I would say he's probably a little bit of an underrated unit. And then he does have an active skill where he can turn into a grade 8 if you want to do the grade 8. I believe the Goku also has an active skill, which is just like it's a super big Kamehameha, which does a ton of damage and it guaranteed stuns. So that's another thing to keep in mind. They both have active skills, right? So the first thing, you know, when going into these banners to understand is, yes, these two units are very, very, very good. But do you actually want to summon on this banner? Well, let's take a look at the banner, okay? Now, there is a little thing to watch out for with the banner. This is what JP's banner was, okay? And they typically don't mess with banners during the anniversary, but I could see them changing this a little bit. So we'll talk about that. But as the banner stands, you can see you've got the two LRs, right? But we're looking at, I think, 12 featured units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. Yeah, you're looking at 12 featured SSRs with 2 LRs on the banner. Now, we have since gotten a new LR banner format for Yellow Coin LRs, where they do 3 LRs featured and only have 10 total featured units. So if they decide to go to that format, What I predict they'll do is they'll just take off like a couple of these Vegetas or maybe this Goku and this Vegeta, a couple of these just really junky units. They'd probably just take those off, and then they would probably, my guess is they would put like LR Nappa and Vegeta up here. Because he's a really good linking partner for the Tech Vegeta, and they probably would want you to summon somebody that is a good partner. I could see them potentially doing like the Goku Piccolo unit. That's maybe the Saiyan Saga one. That could maybe be on there as well, as that third feature slot. But I'm going to say this right now. Even if they do the better LR format, I really don't think you guys should be summoning on this. If you look at this featured pool, everything in here is absolute garbage except Heart Virus Goku. So literally out of 12 units, if it stays exactly the same, you basically have a 3 out of 12 shot of getting something decent. And that's if you don't already have this guy rainbowed. He's been out a little bit now, right? But all these other units, they're all pretty much dead in the water because they've all easy-a'd, except I think this physical Kaioken hasn't easy-a'd yet. But everything else here, I think, basically has easy-a'd, and they're basically past their prime. They're like nothing. So there's really not much value here for featured. Yes, you could pick up random LRs unfeatured, but during the anniversary, you're much better putting, if you just want like LRs, you should be buying that 300 stone multi, a 77 multi, and be doing that, okay? So LR banners in general just aren't good value. Yes, if you pull the crazy thing right away, it seems really good, but you literally could go thousands of stones and not get them. The other thing to keep in mind is even though this Kaioken, Goku, and this Vegeta are very good, you need to think to yourself in your head, outside of just the kit itself, how much are you going to use this unit? Do you have a team in mind you're going to put them on and a linking partner and you want to run them as your primary option? For me, if I had these units, I don't see myself running them that much. Now, this Goku's on like Kamehameha, so like sure, I could throw him on there, but that Kamehameha team is full of like a bunch of Super Saiyans and you want like Super Saiyan links. This guy doesn't have that. This guy also has like shocking speed and shattering the limit, which you've got a lot of like fierce battle, prepared for battle units on his teams. So it's hard to get him linked up really good the way you want to. You have to link him up with specific units, right? This Vegeta, he doesn't have great linking partners either. You're going to link him with like the, there's the AGL grade 8 Vegeta, but he's like easy 8 and he's not that great, to be honest. Like you're not going to run that guy in red zone. Or you're linking this guy up with like LR Vegeta and Nappa until they get an easy 8, they're not relevant. The other thing is, like, the best team for these guys, like, percentage-wise, is going to be, like, Raditz's Saiyan Saga team. But, like, you're going to run, like, the worst Dokkan Fest leader just so you can run these guys on the team. Like, it's not... These guys just don't have, like, ultra, like, mega good team builds for them right now, and they're not good enough to warrant, even though they are really good. But, like, what's the point of summoning for them if they're just going to sit in your box? Like, what team are you realistically going to want to use these guys on, like, right now? Like, down the road, yes, they could definitely get better. Like, their teams could get built out more. But for me personally, as someone who has, like, a really well-established box with, like, a ton of characters, like, I don't see myself having room for these guys on teams that I'm running right now. And I primarily just want to run 200 teams right now. So if they're not fitting for me on 200 teams anyways, like, I'm probably not going to prioritize them. So that's one thing to keep in mind, right? So the other thing to keep in mind, and the big reason why it's so easy to tell people to skip on this, is that we have the worldwide download celebration coming. So I'm going to talk about that. But if you do really want to summon on this banner, here's what I think you should do on Global. If you're someone that spends money on the game, if they do peel-off tickets, go ahead and pick up the ticket. So that's what I'm going to do. If they have peel-off tickets, I'm going to buy the tickets. I'll summon with tickets. Then if you're still itching for more on this banner, or if you're a free-to-play player that wants to summon, use your rainbow tickets on this banner. Now, me personally, there's still way more value in the year 7 LRs, the Dokkan Fest, dual Dokkan Fest. There's way more value in that banner still with the rainbow tickets for me personally. So I'm probably going to dump into that with my rainbow tickets. But really, if you want to summon on this banner, just do like tickets. But I really wouldn't go in here with just your stones. 9 times out of 10, or most of the time, players are going to go into this and just pull absolute trash. So it's like, would you rather go in here with like, say, 300 stones, pull a bunch of these unfeatured, like, garbage characters, or these featured banner characters that are garbage? Or would you rather go in on, say, the Worldwide Celebration, which is going to have some of the best units in the game, and have a ton of, like, Dokkan Fest on it, right? So let's take a look at the Dokkan. Now, we don't know what Worldwide is going to be, but let's look at Worldwide from last year. So Worldwide last year, and once again, this is coming out quick. On Global, it's literally going to be the Raditz banner, and then this is coming out. So last year, we had Namek, Frieza, and Namek Goku. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is when they dropped, they were regarded as two of the best units in the game. Literally, we had just come off the 6-year anniversary, which was AGL UI Goku and the Int Vegeta. I think most people would very easily say that these guys were better than Int Vegeta. There was some debate whether people like UI Goku more because of his dodge. But, like, the way you can look at worldwide is these characters are going to be, like, at least on par with, like, the anniversary units for the most part, right? Not to mention this Frieza had, like, a ridiculous banner unit. So you have a few potential things with this banner. One is that the featured Dokkan Fest are going to be, like, really hype busted characters that you're going to want. There could be a really good banner unit with them. And then they fill this thing up with, like, Dokkan Fest and Dokkan Fest LRs, right? Like, STR Vegito is still one of the better units in the game, still good for Red Zone. This Physical Angel Frieza is still a very good character. They had Transforming Frieza on here, which was an Easy A character during the celebration. So that's the other thing, is they might do the same thing this year. Whatever the worldwide celebration is, they could throw a unit on here, and they could Easy A during the celebration. So let's say worldwide is Dragon Ball Superhero, right? And they have Cell Max on one banner and then Gohan on one banner, right? And let's say on Gohan's banner, let's say this is like the new hype Gohan thing, right? You maybe have a banner unit here of another character. Maybe it's, I don't know, like a Pan or something, right? And then down here, or maybe a Piccolo, right? So let's say this is Gohan in an orange Piccolo banner. Like something ridiculous. And then down here, they've got physical Piccolo, and he's going to get his Easy A during the celebration. Like, how crazy would that be? On top of, once again, a bunch of these units here, which the Frieza himself this year probably will be one of the units on the banner. So there's just so much more value on here, because if you look, every single featured unit is a Dokkan Fest, and there's a bunch of Dokkan Fest LRs, and there's only 10 featured units and not 12. I guess, okay, the new banner unit's not a Dokkan Fest, but like these banner units typically are like just as good, if not better, than some of the Dokkan Fests on the banner, right? So there's a ton of value there. Now, Goku's banner last year did have a couple of mishaps. One is this Piccolo wasn't fantastic, but he still was a support unit, right? But you still have Boo Tanks. This Gohan's been everywhere, but he's still pretty good. The Year 3s are good with their Easy A. GT Goku's been super good. Bardock is a miss, and this guy's a miss, but they don't have Easy A's yet, so at some point they're going to Easy A. And this Kid Goku isn't good, but he hasn't Easy A'd yet. So at least, even these, like, dead Dokkan Fest you're picking up, they're ones that are going to Easy A one day and be, like, probably really, really good, right? And then Transforming Goku, once again, a character that got his Easy A. So it's like, would you rather, you know, go in on this banner and pull a bunch of this trash, or go in on this banner and get literally a bunch of Dokkan Fest units, right? The other thing that I didn't even, like, point out yet, right, is we talked about these units here. These leader skills are not good. They're 150 and 4 key. On these banners here, all these Dokkan Fest, you're getting, like, good leader skills. GT Hero's leader skill, right? This guy's going to be, like, the best fusion lead at 180, right? This is the Cell Saga, you know, whatever leader here. This guy's got a good lead. Boo Saga, one of the best teams. The Frieza's got the Sworn Enemies Planet Namek Saga. Like, these guys are all leaders. Even this STR Cell, like, you could, or sorry, this STR Cooler, you could even run him. Like, these, like, literally all of these except the Transforming Frieza, these all have, like, runnable leader skills. I mean, you're probably not running Wicked Bloodline, but it's a full 170 is what I'm saying. You're at least getting 170 leader skills out of this. So you're putting your stones into a banner where there's a higher chance to get something good. You're getting leader skills you can use, good runnable characters, whereas this, unless you hit a home run and get the big thing, you're getting a lot of trash units here. So anyways, guys, I hope this helps. Once again, I'm not telling you that you can or can't summon. It's up to you, but my recommendation to you is to not summon on this with your stones. Save them for worldwide, or if you don't have the Year 7s or you want more dupes, keep pulling for those. Like, that's way better value than going in on this banner. So hope this helps, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.